The controversial YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul is not well liked by most other boxers. Some believe the reason behind this fear is Paul's advantage in size and experience, while others suggest the wariness is due to the huge impact even a single loss can have on a boxer's career. While both of these might play a role, his controversial status is probably the biggest deterring factor. Keep watching to find out why. Let's begin. Charged with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly during George Floyd riots. YouTuber Jake Paul was charged with unlawful assembly and criminal trespass at a mall in Arizona during the George Floyd riots. The then 23-year-old denied any involvement in looting or vandalism at the mall in Scottsdale, although the local police received hundreds of tips about his presence. The Scottsdale Police Department confirmed that Jake Paul was in attendance and refused to disperse even after unlawful assembly was declared. The YouTuber tweeted in response, "Give me my charges and let's put the focus back on George Floyd and Black Lives Matter." He also said that neither he or anyone in his group was involved in the looting and vandalism that took place at the mall and were only filming the event to share their experience and bring the anger felt by the people to attention. The charges for criminal trespass and unlawful assembly were dropped when an investigation was launched by federal cops, but have since then been revived. The feds couldn't pursue the case due to a lack of evidence, so the local authorities decided to press charges. Next, guns seized in FBI raid on Jake's Los Angeles home. On August 5, 2020, Jake Paul's Los Angeles home was raided by the FBI. The influencer's Calabasas mansion was searched by the cops after a warrant to do so was issued. The warrant affidavit itself remained under seal. According to the public information officer for the Los Angeles FBI, the FBI was executing a federal search warrant in connection with an ongoing investigation. No further details regarding the investigation were revealed. The YouTuber's home was seen surrounded by authorities and photos obtained by TMZ, although it was unclear if the influencer was home at the time. Insiders close to Paul also refused to speak up on the reason behind the raid, though it was confirmed by a law enforcement source that guns were seized. That is sure to spook even the toughest boxers out. Next, he's accused of scamming young followers. The majority of Jake Paul's YouTube audience is made up of young people, and Jake has been accused of taking advantage of these young, impressionable subscribers more than once. He repeatedly tells his kid subscribers that education isn't important and encourages them to follow his lead, starting 2 educational programs to theoretically instruct his followers on becoming influential and making money through online pursuits. The first one of these was called Edfluence and was intentionally misleading. The program was advertised as a series of videos that would give fans the roadmap to influencer success for just $7. But as pointed out by many YouTubers and publications, the program didn't actually give access to all the videos for $7. For that, you had to pay an additional $57. The site hosting Edfluence was designed to save any credit card information entered to the user's profile, allowing kids to pay the additional $57 without their parents' input. To make things worse, Edfluence's main appeal was the promise of an opportunity to join Jake's Team 1000, something which never happened. Paul then launched a second educational program by the name of the Financial Freedom Movement. This too had the same premise as Edfluence, encouraging fans to pay $19.99 to create an account and then purchase business masterclass videos sourced from other entrepreneurship platforms for anywhere between $20 to $2,500. He threw a party during the pandemic and called COVID-19 a hoax. In July of 2020, Jake threw a massive party for his music video shoot, gathering maskless influencers in his backyard. The party took place during a high point in COVID-19 cases in California and landed Paul in trouble with the mayor of Calabasas. The mayor, Alicia Weintraub, spoke about the incident, saying she was outraged and would be enforcing a zero-tolerance policy for large gatherings defying local public health orders. Jake responded to this declaration by saying that he didn't know if he'd continue partying, but their leadership was failing them and he wasn't the type to just sit around and not live his life. The YouTuber also said in an interview with the Daily Beast that he believed COVID-19 was a hoax, but later claimed that his words were being taken out of context. This led to the Daily Beast Marlo Stern sharing the full audio of their interview, where Paul could be heard saying, "COVID cases are at less than 1%, and I think the disease is a hoax." The daily positivity rate for COVID-19 tests in Los Angeles County was 7.3% by November 20th, 2020, an increase from the 3.9% reported on November 1st. Next up, racial slurs and xenophobic comments. Other than scamming his young audience, Paul has also gotten in trouble for inappropriate comments in videos, including racial slurs. Jake was seen using the N-word in a video from the Coachella weekend of 2015, referring to both himself and Richie Vedder, another white person, as an N-word while freestyle rapping over the Ray Shremmerd song Throw Some Mo. In another instance, the influencer was seen making xenophobic comments about a Kazakhstani fan. This happened during Jake's self-driving Tesla drive-thru prank video, where he was approached by a Kazakhstani fan with a distinct accent wanting to get a picture. Jake asked the fan where he was from, and when he replied he was from Kazakhstan, went ahead to say that he sounded like he was going to blow someone up. In Jake's own words, "It sounds like you're just going to blow someone up. You're like Send the Nuke." The YouTuber was widely criticized for the stereotyping and xenophobic xenophobic comments by both fans and critics alike. Next, fired from Disney due to negative publicity. As a YouTuber, Jake Paul's brash humor and stunts made him notorious among young audiences, leading to Disney hiring him for a role on Bizaardvark in 2015. The series was a nod to Paul's type of social media fame. On the show, Paul played Dirk, the host of a video segment on a YouTube-esque series called Dare Me Bro. Dirk took dare requests and greatly resembled Paul's real-life persona, but in 2017, Disney announced Paul's exit from the show. The YouTuber later revealed that he had been fired. The incident that led to his firing was apparently a local TV news segment about his YouTube channel. KTLA5 visited the West Hollywood neighborhood where Paul used to live and interviewed the residents about Paul's YouTube stunts. At this point, Paul's channel was practically a less Disney-friendly, real-life version of Dare Me Bro. His neighbors were extremely displeased and reported crazy stunts and parties that wreaked havoc in the neighborhood. They called the situation a war zone and living hell. When confronted by the news channel on his antics, Jake behaved arrogantly, brushing them off. He even got onto the back of a KTLA news van once the interview was over. The last straw was when Paul leaked his address online, leading to a mass of fans showing up. The residents of Beverly Grove met with city officials and police to discuss a class action public nuisance lawsuit, and the company owning Paul's house sued the influencer for $2.5 million. Had 2 fake marriages and was generally a bad partner. Paul has had not 1 but 2 fake marriages so far. The first one was with ex-girlfriend Erica Costell, who he also made a virginity loss vlog with, while the second one was with YouTube star Tana Mongeau. These marriages were never legally binding, and Paul referred to them as entertainment, comparing them to partially staged wrestling matches like the WWE. The short-lived marriage with Tana Mongeau included a paid wedding live stream, and from the relationship's inception to the eventual breakup was estimated to be worth a whopping $600 million in media value. And Paul was not even a good fake husband. As revealed by Mongeau after the divorce, the fake relationship felt incredibly unfair to the women Paul's been involved with. She described the wedding night as hell and said that while she had to deal with a family emergency the day after, Paul continued on to their planned honeymoon. Mongeau's not even the first ex to reveal that Paul's a bad partner. Another one of Paul's ex-girlfriends, Alyssa Violet, was interviewed by Shane Dawson on their relationship and said that while their relationship was fake, she was continuously left trying to get any actual love or attention from Paul. Violet also added that she was once dragged down a flight of stairs by Paul during a fight, breaking her iPhone in the process. And while she doesn't view Paul as physically abusive, she does accuse him of emotional and mental abuse. This fake wedding and relationship saga may have paid off from a publicity point of view, but definitely not something any self-respecting boxer would condone. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think of Jake Paul's controversial social media career? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And we'll see you in the next one.